Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about Yahoo SP, which is also generally known as free open source programming. It is one of the important subject of computer engineering based on Purvanjal University. So let's begin. Generally, Yahoo SP free open source programming means refers to the coding and it refers to the coding and software development development using using open source tools, libraries and framework. Why OSP? Because it's a freedom to use. It was in other word, we can also express Yahoo SP as a freedom to use, or desire, copy, distribute, and modify. This means, while programming, well, if you want to make a software, then you need a coding, because coding and this coding is just this coding are freely available. So we can copy it in different we can copy it and modify it and run it. So there is no copyright for this. So therefore it is called a free open source programming. Open source software, it is free to use. It is free to use and available to all the user to be able to modify must have a source code. Without source code, it's nothing. Free open source software. Free open source software. What are the free open source software? It can also be written as Yahoo free open source software, and free library open source software. It is this Yahoo free open source software. I already said it is free to use. No cost to download. Modify and distribute. Open source allows anyone to inspect, modify and contribute. modify and contribute. It can also be customized. Some example of free open source programming language, programming tools, programming language. What are the free source open source programming language? They are Python, JavaScript, Ruby, PHP, and many more. What are the frameworks? Some free frameworks. Django for Python, React for JavaScript, Laravel for PHP. Some free editor or tool, editor or IDE. What are they? VS Code. These are place used to run code. Atom, Eclipse, and many more. Like if I develop C++, Turbo, etc. Database, free database. Some are like MySQL, SQLite, and many more. Operating system. Linux, free BSD, and many more. Windows is not free, we have to buy Windows, but many of we use the crack version or pirated version of Windows. Many more. So this is about Yahoo SP, free open source programming, and some of the free open source programming